Hi, welcome to this evening's game of the World Ice Hockey Championships 2015 edition. As you can see, we're looking at the dressing rooms right now of Germany, and before that there was Sweden. It's two Group A teams butting heads in this evening's game. As we look at the rankings, Canada took a game away from Sweden last night. Can Sweden rebound? Germany desperately needs to get points to see if it can cling its way into the fourth place. Let's have a look at the roster for the Swedish side. Enroth and Nielsen have both been splitting the goalkeeping duties for the Swedish side so far. Philip Forsberg got a super goal against Canada last night, as did Oscar Moller on the right-hand part of your screen. And on your right-hand part of the screen still, amongst others, Victor Rask. Germany. Endras has been handling the work between the pipes so far up to this point for the German squad. We'll see if there's any changes coming along the way. Germany getting by France for its opener game. Otherwise, they are in a desperate bid for points to see if they can't just kick and claw their way into that fourth spot and see if they just can't get into the fourth and final quarterfinal spot. The Swedish team is ready to come out on to the ice surface. Like I said last night, they dropped a heartbreaker against Canada. They had Canada on the ropes, going up 3-0 against Canada at the end of the first. Canada crawled its way back into the game over the next two periods and was able to pull away in the final minutes of that game. It's tough. It's tough. It's very difficult for these teams to play back-to-back games in this tournament style. But the Swedes, we're going to see if they're going to be able to bounce back. Sweden has been the most consistent team at this tournament over the last 30 years. In fact, they've only missed making the semifinals 3 times. That's an incredible consistency for a team. Here comes Germany. They're being led, amongst others, by their captain, Mikael Wolf, number 16, out onto the ice surface. Their coach is Pat Cortina, Canadian from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We're going to see maybe if Pat Cortina and his German side hope to catch the Swedes a little bit disoriented after that heartbreaking loss against Canada last night. I wouldn't count on it though. The Swedes usually bounce back. As we have a look at the referee crew that's been brought in here for tonight's game. The captains, Mikael Wolf, number 16 for the German side, and Staffan Kronwall, number 4 for the Swedes, soon will be coming up to exchange cordialities for the two teams, and then we'll be getting down to business. Here we go right now. Germany rolled into this tournament ranked number 13 in the world. Sweden, numero uno. Anyway, Germany can ill afford to slide further down the world rankings charts, because don't forget, the last 2 teams get sent down. Okay, there's a big change for Germany between the pipes. It's Pielmeier. Pielmeier is the goalkeeper for the German side, while it's going to be Enroth for the Swedes. We're coming up, getting ready to start this action. Pielmeier is number 51 for the German side. As Lander makes his way, I think Lander may be taking the face-off for the Swedes. He may be going up against, they usually send in the captain, Mikael Wolf, for the Germans. We'll see. It's Lander against Hosbelt. Okay, Swedes come up with that puck. The Germans immediately throw it deep down into the Swedish zone. It's followed in there by Matthias Plachta. They send it out to Forsberg. Here's Forsberg, quick shot going off to the right of Pielmeier, Timo. It's worked around the boards by Enroth in his own zone, comes out into the mid-ice area. Swedes trying to bring it in. Big snapshot. Pielmeier gets his left glove hand out there. We get a stoppage in play as we have a look at number 3, Kruger, Justin Kruger, one of the big D-men for the German side. Parmarts, Pat Cortina, respective coaches of Sweden and Germany. We get a resumption of play in the German side. To the right of Timo Pielmeier, number 51. Puck goes behind the net, German net, to work around to the other side. Looks like Tobias Reider, number 9, is battling it out with Klingberg amongst others. Oh, that looks like a good possibility there for Tobias Reider, number 9 for the German side, but he just couldn't get around Klingberg, I think it was. The Germans, amongst others, they've got their number 27 out there for the German side. Closely coming into the Swedish net is Michael Wolf. Nikolai Gok on the point for the Germans. That puck is quickly sent right in by Pieta, Daniel Pieta, number 86. Here's an opportunity for Germany. Backhand! Enroth turns it away. Puck is chipped up into the mid-ice area. Swedes would like to get a few fresh legs back onto the ice. The Germans obviously try and get a quick turnaround. That was Patrick Kopchin throwing it in. The Swedes can turn around, creating something of a 3-on-2 situation. The puck goes in, turned away by Pielmeier. Good work by the Germans. Moving the puck quickly out by Reimer, Patrick Reimer. Tried to get through the mid-ice area. Again, the Germans rework it. They send in big number 93, Brent Redke. It's picked up and intercepted by Klettbaum, number 84, Oscar. He's joined out there by Lundqvist, Joel Lundqvist. Comes around, the Germans handle that. Throw it up into the mid-ice area. Once again, it's Brent Radke trying to bring it deep down into the Swedish zone. Lundqvist moves around. Both teams looking for cracks in the defense. Where can they go? Where can they get the most possibilities? There comes a quick shot taken in by the Swedish side. That was Eriksson, Louis Eriksson. Here it comes out in front. The Germans pop the puck up into the mid, well, they tried to get into the mid-ice area, actually gets thrown right back down. Eriksson, Louis Eriksson, working it again. Right behind the net, dropping it off. They look for a bit of a centering shot there. And the puck comes out, that's followed by Kai Hospelt. Hospelt seems to be handled by John Klingberg. Mid-ice area. Long cross-ice shot coming to the right of Enroth. The Germans trying to look for a quick pass in front. Swedes are able to bring it down in the mid-ice area. Dumping it in. Pielmeier, Timo, stops the puck, hands it off to his teammates. Close. Almost looked like Wolf was offside, but no way. Swedes do some beautiful back checking. Here come the Swedes, trying to create a 3-on-2 situation. They decide to just dump it down. Pielmeier gives it away. Oh, that was an excellent opportunity for big number 14, Ekholm. Pielmeier almost shot it right onto Ekholm's stick. Eventually the puck is picked up by the Swedish side, sent down the ice, goes off a skate, into the corner, Elias Lindholm. They're jumping all over the place in front of the German net. Buzzing are the Swedes. Out to the point. There comes the big shot. From the point, it's turned back. The Germans throw the puck down the ice surface. Icing is waved off as the puck is picked up by Ekman Larsson, Oliver Ekman Larsson. The Germans would dearly have loved to make a quick turnaround there, creating a 2-on-1 situation. Long stretch pass up the middle of the ice surface. Here come the Swedes. Quick snapshot from Hjalmarsson, Simon, going wide. Pat Heiger, taking his duties in front of the German net, making sure there's no interlopers. As the Swedes try to work it out from behind, it's Heiger himself, creating a bit of a 2-on-2 situation, bringing the puck down. The Germans cannot just can't quite squeeze it. But I think that's Heiger who keeps the puck in the Swedish zone. Swedes rework it, throwing it across the ice surface. They're content just to throw it in. That was number 23, Ekman Larsson. He went to the bench. But the Swedes keep the pressure on. Klingberg, shot coming from the point, hits a body, goes up into the netting. I think that was from Forsberg. And puck going up into the netting, and we get a stoppage in play. Forsberg, very important element on this Swedish team, as is Ekholm. Here's Piomeyer, he sends it out, and Ekholm just shot it wide. Supposed to be coming out, I think, the post belt. Just wide. Here again is Forsberg getting a backhand in there. Germans again with the pressure coming on to them. It's easy to say, not so easy to do. But with the pressure coming in on Gok, there's in that case Nikolai Gok. When the Swedes are bringing pressure down onto you, it's not so easy not to make those mistakes. Okay, the teams are getting ready to get a resumption of play. 5-on-5 in the German zone. To the left of the German goalie, Timo Pielmeier. There we go. Good work by the Germans, popping it out into the mid-ice area. That was excellent work being done. Comes across to the point. Here's an excellent shooting opportunity. That was for big number 13, Dasher, Stefan Dasher. He shot wide. Beautiful opportunity to walk right in on Enroth. Germans work the puck out from behind the net. That's Dasher again. Puck goes down the ice surface. It's being chased down by big number 93, Brent Redke. Swedes bringing it along on the close side of the surface. Oh, Pielmeier lost that puck and it just dribbled wide to his right. Shot hits a body, bounces out into the mid-ice area. We've seen a lot of teams with players who are blocking shots. Excellent work from a lot of teams blocking shots. Here come the Germans. No, that was Kink, Marcus Kink. Was going to try and feed the puck in, but it was picked off by the Swedes. Comes out to Moller, who works it around the back of the net. Eventually being picked up by Kruger, but it's taken away from him by Lindstrom in the mid-ice area, who works it back to his D-men. They get reorganized in the mid-ice area. See what they can't get going on the other side of the ice surface. Lindstrom there was sneaking in, looking for a rebound. Moller for the Swedes, intercepted. Puck thrown in, stopped by Enroth. Puck is played between the D-men for Sweden. Here comes the Swedes, they're over the point. Looking for that tip in was a shot coming in from Richter Rask. There comes Pieta, Daniel Pieta. Enroth takes that, turns that slap shot away to his right, and it goes up into the netting. Once again, we get a stoppage in play. Dasher, here's that opportunity for him to walk in, walk in, walk in. There's his shot. It did get by Enroth, you know, if he would just would have pulled it back in a little bit. Dashner stays out on the point for the Germans. It's picked up by big number 84, Clefbaum, Oscar Clefbaum. Hager throws it down the ice surface. Dashner whips it around to the other side. Picked up by Hager, Pat Hager. He throws it deeper into the zone. Seidenberg, Yannick Seidenberg tries to follow it up, but the Swedes shoot it right down the ice surface. Long stretch pass. We're probably going to get an icing call. In fact, it is an icing call against Germany. As we have a look on the Swedish bench, number 20, Lundqvist. Coming in. Oh, he hurt himself. Holy smokes, you don't do that. He missed Hager. We get a resumption of play in the German zone. The puck goes around to the left of Pielmeier in the corner. Germans get possession of it. Hager throws it down the ice surface. Germans for the first few minutes seem to be a little bit back on their heels, but they regain their composure. Louis Eriksson, number 21, amongst others, trying to work the puck out for the Swedes. Eventually it comes out to Forsberg. He's turned back at the mid-ice surface. He works it over to the far side, where it's picked up by his teammate Lander, Anton Lander. Klingberg looks for a long stretch pass going down the ice surface. It's picked up by Kruger. That's left off for Müller, Moritz Müller. Here come the Germans with a quick shot. Oppenheimer. His rebound goes out in the mid-ice area. Here's an opportunity for Sweden. Trying to create a 3-on-2 situation. Waiting for the D-men to get there. Looking for the tip-in. Was big number 8 from the Swedish side. Just went wide. Big work being brought by Marcus Kink, number 17 of the Germans, down into the Swedish zone. Coughing it up, and Roth turns it into the corner. Stoppage and play. We've got a Pro Complisa glass. As we see number 21. Oh, that was the Swedish player's stick. Granberg came up. But I do not think that is the issue. The issue is that one of the panels, the panes of glass behind the Swedish net to the left of Enroth was cracked. And the referees wanted to check and see if that piece of glass is actually stable. Does it have to be replaced? Are they going to have to pull it out? So we will have a delay in the game right here for probably a few minutes until they decide if the glass is stable, if they can wait until between the periods, or if they're going to do it immediately. No, it looks like they're going to get at it right away. So we're having a look at some of the hitting that's been going, and that's the hit that cracked the glass. Number 8, Granberg, who's taken into the glass right there. Sometimes you see that glass actually shatter, In the past, we've seen the glass shatter and the fans behind it actually get you know, pieces of glass raining down onto them. Since then, I think what they do is that with the glass, they actually put a plastic coating over it so that it can still crack, but it doesn't actually fall into pieces as we've seen right now. So what we have is that there's a plastic coating over the glass, and that coating holds the pieces of glass together so that you don't get any type of glass fragments flying out into the crowd. Once again, rammer goes in, hits the glass, and look at that fan, the fan with the short hair, not with the helmet on. He immediately looked up right at the glass because I think he realized immediately that there was a bit of a problem with the glass right in front of him. Teams patiently waiting to see what's going to be happening here. How long is it going to take for a new sheet of glass to be installed? Actually, what happens in this type of situation is that both of these teams are just getting into their rhythm, actually. All the teams, all the players, the lines. Here's the new piece of glass being brought out. It's a pretty hefty looking piece of glass. It's going to take a little while. But of course, both of the teams were in a certain rhythm. They were getting into obviously the rhythm of the game. This type of stoppage, you know, a lot of athletes say that they get cold when they have to stop for this amount of time. So we're going to see if there's, once we get going again, if none of the players actually come up with any type of muscle cramps in their legs, you know, or their back or anything of that nature. So what happens oftentimes is that in this type of situation, the coaches will throw out a couple of pucks so that the players who are on the ice can just keep on moving that puck amongst one another, keep some light skating going on, and that way they keep the blood flowing around to the muscles and reduce the risk of any type of cramping coming on. Fans very patiently waiting. Some of the fans are obviously taking the opportunity right now to get a few refreshments. We're getting an announcement here. Actually, that was more of an announcement of the various social media addresses, hashtag and such. Everybody taking an opportunity right now to get up, get some stretching done as well. For the fans. Enroth is sitting on the bench. That's a good idea. Get out there. Don't waste energy standing around. And actually, when you can actually take a break and sit down. Paramarts getting some explanations from the referee. Well, it looks like it's going to be a while here before they get this glass actually exchanged. Actually, the Swedish team is going back to the dressing room. So are the Germans. You can see number 50, Hager, is starting to make his way back to the dressing room. Actually, a good idea. They can get back to the dressing room, take off some of the equipment. You see some of the gloves are coming back. And both teams will wait things out to see what is going to be happening. And so, as we see the teams going back to the dressing rooms, as the teams are taking a break, they're off to the dressing rooms, so will we be taking a break, and we'll be back as soon as we get back to our action, okay? Thanks a lot. See you soon. Okay, they've got the ice issue, the glass issue taken care of. Teams are coming back onto the ice surface. Swedes, obviously. Before that, you saw the German team was making its way back onto the ice surface. As we see the German goalie, Pielmeier, coming out with his teammates. And Roth will still stay between the pipes for Sweden. The teams will take a couple minutes to warm up the legs. In fact, maybe this type of situation could work more to the advantage of Germany, where the rhythm of Sweden will be disrupted. And maybe they need a few more minutes now to get back into their rhythm and end the first period in this manner. I thought they would start off at the center ice area, but no, just outside of the Swedish zone. And we are coming up to getting a resumption of play. 9:31 left in the first period, 0-0. Here comes Germany. They come racing in with big number 34, Cole, Benedict Cole. They obviously thought they maybe could catch the Swedes still in the dressing room. Puck is thrown out there. Cole sends it down the ice. It's eventually picked up by Lander, Anton Lander for the Swedes. He is being badgered by Ryder, Tobias Ryder. Swedes working the puck up to the mid-ice area. Forsberg dumps it in. It's quickly jumped on by Skjolgren, Matthias. Long shot coming in. Goal! Moeller! Sweden! Number 45! Oscar Moeller gets the goal, opens the scoring here for the Swedes. That didn't take too long for the Swedes to break that 0-0 tie. Watch to the right of your screen, it comes behind the net. There's big forechecking going on. Also, a pretty big rebound being left out there by Pielmeier. When you got players like Oscar Moeller in front of your net, it is not very advisable to let rebounds out, or try and direct your rebounds obviously into the corners type of situation. I know it's easy to say, not always so easy to do. And we get a resumption of play, 1-0 Sweden over Germany. And that is bulldogged in by Reimer, Pat Reimer. Puck is brought down into back behind the German zone by big number 42, Elitz. He has an Elitz. He does a long stretch pass down to Rask, I think that is, Vic Rask. That puck rolls into Pielmeier. He squeezes his glove and we get a stoppage and play. Let's have a goal. Look at the goal. Moeller knows what position to get into. Good timing. Get a stoppage play in the mid-ice area. That puck was touched for last by number 93, Brent Redke. As we have another look at our goal scorer tonight, Oscar Moeller. It's a pretty good percentage, 12 shots, 3 goals. Redkey takes the face-off for the Germans in his own zone. He does get it. He draws it back into the corner. It's thrown high out into the mid-ice area. There we've got Kramer, number 21, from the German side. Kramer was jumping up into the air. He's then joined out there by Oppenheimer, and the referee said enough of that. They stopped the play and got things going again. Kramer trying to work the puck over to big number 91, Müller, Moritz Müller. Swedes throwing it out, eventually picked up by Lindstrom. Throws it right to the other side of the ice surface, back to Moller, Lindstrom. Goal! Lindstrom! Lindstrom, number 10, Sweden! Goal! Joachim Lindstrom gets himself a goal. Watches the play, goes off to the Moller, has it back to Lindstrom. High shot coming right over Pielmeyer's left shoulder. Oppenheimer couldn't get his stick out there to deflect that shot coming in from Lindstrom. That was big Lundqvist, Joe Lundqvist, taking the face-off for the Swedish side. Puck bouncing around in the Swedish zone. Eventually, they get control of the puck. Throwing it over to the far side of the ice surface. Here come the Swedes once again. 3-on-2 situation for Germany coming down. Swedes take the puck away from them. Waits no time. Whipping it down the ice surface. Pielmeyer tries a long stretch pass of his own, where eventually it was picked up by King, who throws it across the ice surface. Comes out to the point. Oh, beautiful deflection off of that slap shot coming in from the point. Number 55, Kopchin, takes the slap shot, but then we're going to have a look first at number 10, Lindstrom's goal. Right up at the sevens. Puck comes back into the Swedish part of the ice surface. Klingberg working it up, gets it out to Forsberg. Klingberg cleans out the area, throws the puck over to the other side of the ice surface. Come back to Klingberg, long stretch pass. That was nice work between number 28 Lindholm and Eriksson Louis. The Swedes have the puck behind the German net, aren't able to keep it in. Puck bounces down the ice surface. There was a possibility for the Germans, quickly turned away. Eventually the puck ends up on Morris Mueller's stick, and he throws it right back to the Swedes and says, let's try it again. High bouncing puck coming towards the Swedish net. Hager jumps in there and tries to keep the sustained pressure. We get a stoppage in play. As we have a look at number 37, Reimer, Pat Reimer. Now we have a look at Gauck, number 77, Nikolai Gauck, one of the E-men for the German side. Rask wins the face-off for the Swedes. Germany trying to bring some pressure. They're having trouble with those big Swedish D-men. That was number 14, Ekholm. And we're getting a cross-checking charge against Ekholm himself there. Matthias Ekholm gets a 2-minute penalty. Okay, German power play. If there's ever a moment for Germany in this first period, extended first period, it's right now. Oh, too bad. Dashner couldn't keep the puck in the Swedish zone. They have to go back and regroup behind Pielmeier. They send it right down with Ryder, Tobias Ryder. He's with the Arizona Coyotes. Swedes handle that pretty easily, throw it down the ice surface. Just under 1:30 left in the German power play. Bit sloppy coming out of their own end. Ryder, shot from Ryder. Goal, Germany! The Germans come back. Let's see who it is. I think Dashner. No, number 17, Kink. Excuse me, Kink, Marcus Kink. 2-1 game. Here come the Germans again. Ryder takes the shot. What were we saying about rebounds? There it is, goes in, Enroth. Couldn't squeeze the puck. And that rebound is jumped upon by Marcus Kink, the number 17. Cuts in half the Swedish lead. We're going to redo that face-off. And we're going to move it over to the offside circle. Postbelt wins it for the Germans. He works it immediately back to Gok, Nikolai Gok. Germans throw it right back at the Swedes. All of a sudden the Germans are skating with much more verb. Encroachment into the crease area. There comes Ryder. His shot, Kink. Pops her in as fast as that. Watch to the left of your screen. There's the rebound. Germany throws the puck right deep down. So, oh! Opportunity Germany! Beautiful work being done by Oppenheimer. What forechecking! Taking the puck away from the Swedish defenders. Almost had an incredible opportunity at 3:30 left in the first period. Sweden trying to up the tempo. Working it behind the German net. Pielmeier, keeping his eyes on it. Down, getting those pads, taking away the wraparound possibility. Oppenheimer works it off the boards. It eventually comes to big number 93, Brent Redke. Enroth comes out of the net. I believe that's Klingberg. Oh, here comes big opportunity for the Swedes. Low shot kicked away by Pielmeier. 3-on-2 for Germany. Hager was all free in front of the Swedish net. Now the Swedes are doing quick turnarounds. Got Kruger battles for it behind his own net. Comes out to the point. Klingberg, shot, batted out of the air. 2 minutes left in the first. Forsberg leaves it off for Lundqvist. Puck is back for Lundqvist. He dumps it into the German zone. German defenders almost had it, but it gets picked off by the Swedes. Long shot coming in from the point. Long stretch pass attempted by, I think it was Pieta. Pieta again gets turned back. Germans skating like a different team right now. They're working it out from behind the Swedish net. It eventually ends up on the Swedish player number 48, Rahimi. Daniel Rahimi. It comes back to Rahimi. He bounces off the boards. Last minute of play in the first. Here come the Germans looking for that last one good possible shot. They want to throw it out in front of the net. Swedes are able to intercept. Good play. Long shot by the Germans. Deflects off of Enroth's right arm into the corner. An all-out battle for that puck. One timing it in from the point. Coming up to 15 seconds left in the first. Here come the Swedes. They like to get that one last shot off. Swedish player down. Swedish player is down. Penalty coming up against Germany. Dashner, I believe. We're going to have to see what happens here. Ekholm, number 14. Big Ekholm, as he comes up, he took a big hit, I believe, from number 13, Dashner. Stefan Dashner. A bit late, you could say, because he had already released the puck. Dashner goes directly to the dressing room. The referees are talking it over with the German captain, Michael Wolf. Right there at the blue line. Dashner came around and hit Ekholm. The referee immediately said that that is a penalty. Pat Cortina is getting some information from his captain. We'll see it again. Ekholm got rid of the puck. And right there, Dashner comes in. No, Ekholm did get cut. Ekholm is not very happy with Dashner. We see that Germany has sent its number 42, Elitz. Yasin Elitz, over to the penalty box. Somebody has to be sitting in the penalty box. We wanted to get Dashner off the ice surface, off of the bench, into the dressing room. Swedes talking this over. Swedes are going to end this first period, extended first period with a power play situation. It's going to be 5-on-4. Eriksson, 27, taking the face off before the Swedes. They would obviously like to try and pop in another goal just in these last 5 seconds. It's going to be a 5-minute power play. And that's how the first period ends. Sweden will start off with 4 minutes and 4 minutes and 56 seconds, of power play in the second period. Sweden 2, Germany 1. Both teams making their way off to their respective dressing rooms to cool down. We'll see you in 15. Hi, welcome back. We're getting ready to start the second period between Sweden and Germany as we see Pielmeier leading his German team back onto the ice surface. It's sitting 2-1 after that long extended first period in which the teams went back to their respective dressing rooms waiting for a broken piece of glass in the around the Swedish end of the ice was being replaced. They came back, immediately popped in some goals. Sweden going up 2-0. Then Germany came back, make it 2-1. Right at the end of the first period, number 13, Daschner from the German side, tagged Ekholm right at the blue line, cutting him, and getting a 5-minute penalty in which now Sweden will start the second period with 4 minutes and 54 seconds of power play. Pat Cortina, the German head coach, well, probably isn't too pleased with this situation. It's going to be a long start to the second period. There we see Oscar Moller, one of the goal scorers for the Swedish side. Enroth stays between the pipes as predicted for Sweden, and Pielmeier stays between the pipes. Timo Pielmeier stays between the pipes for the German side. No changes in that. Germany sends Yasin Elitz to serve out this penalty in the box. As I was saying, it's going to be a long start for the German side to this second period. 5-on-4 power play, extended power play for the Swedes. They take that puck back into their own zone. Wasting no time, bringing it up to the German blue line. They get sent right back down the ice surface. That long pass gets touched by their number 23, Ekman Larsson. He throws it down. Finally, the Swedes get the presence in the German zone, and they start the bombardment. The first long slap shot. Germans are able to recover, however, and send it down the ice surface. We're coming up to, well, as we see Enroth, long stretch pass down the entire ice surface to Lander. He walks into the German zone, kind of catching the Germans maybe on a bit of a slow line change on the fly. Germans cannot get the puck out of their zone. Eventually the puck is worked by Ekman Larsson down into the point, back to Ekman Larsson. He works it over to the far side of the ice surface. Forsberg back out to the point. There comes the shot, turned away from Forsberg. Forsberg picks up his own rebound. Big slap shot going wide. Coming up to 3:10 left in the super Swedish power play. Forsberg out to the point. They're still working the puck around, taking their time. Cronwell. That shot was coming in from the point from Matthias Ekholm, who's number 14. He is now wearing a number 54 jersey. Okay, that's Ekholm. As you can see, he was tagged there, he was cut. He is wearing a number 54 jersey now, because obviously his number 14 jersey was dirty and deemed unpresentable for this second period. So Ekholm changes from 14 to 54. He was out there taking duty on this extended German power play, Swedish power play, excuse me, against Germany to start off this second period. That puck is dragged in by Lindstrom, one of the goal scorers from the first period. He throws across ice, east to west, big slap shot coming in from Klingberg. Can't get by. Puck gets thrown down the ice surface once again. Here comes some German forechecking brought in by Seidenberg, doing a nice job. That puck is whipped around the boards, held in by the Swedes. Kronwall at the point. Big slap shot goes wide. Forsberg. Kronwall, I believe. Kronwall taking his time along the point, works it off to the far side of the ice surface. They cannot. That puck jumps over Ekholm's stick, goes down the length of the ice surface. Enroth moves it around. And here come the Swedes. The Swedes seem to be taking a rather confused approach to this long power play opportunity. Now Kronwall having it over to Ekholm. Kronwall, Ekholm, down into the corner, looking for the tip in. Out to Ekholm. No, Germans come up with it, send it around we're into the last minute of this power play, the extended Swedish power play. Kronwall getting organized with his troops. Leaves it off for Klingberg. Klingberg brings it down into the corner. They have it around to the far side of the ice surface. There comes the shot, hits the body. Coming up to 25 seconds left. Here at the point, long wrist shot, hits another body. Klingberg out to the point, over to Lindholm. Hits another shin pad. Over to Klingberg. Klingberg to the point. Lindholm. Moeller's shot hits another pad. The teams are back at full strength. Germany has survived the extended Swedish power play without taking a goal. It still remains 2-1. The Germans obviously wanted to bring some quick pressure. The Swedes tried to respond by sending in their number 23, Ekman Larsson. And after that, the Pielmeier, the German goalie, pounces on the puck. As we had a good look at the various players. Pat Cortina, the German head coach, can breathe a bit easier as he has now his team is at even strength with the Swedes. As we have a good look at Kopchen, Patrick Kopchen. The point, long wrist shot coming in from Clefbaum, almost touched by Rask. That was seen all the way in by Pielmeier. Rask. Clefbaum. Long shot in. Kopchen. Rask shot goes wide. Germans work it out into the mid-ice area. Doing a good job. Enroth can't clear the puck out of his own zone. Eventually comes to the point. Kopchen's shot. Gets his rebound. Throws it at the Swedish net. Teams battling for the puck around the Swedish blue line. Eventually it's picked up by the German players. Here come the Swedes using their big bodies to bulldog it into the German zone. The Germans throwing it down the ice surface. We get a stoppage in play. Plakta thought he was getting the call. Turns back towards the bench. Bloomquist getting, he's going to be taking the face-off for the Swedes. Getting it organized, getting his various troops organized. He would dearly love to draw that puck back so they can get a quick shot off the face-off area. Brent Redke gets waved out of the face-off area for the Germans. There we go. Big number 23, Ekman Larson. They throw that puck at the net. It goes wide. All right, the puck, Lundqvist. Here comes another shot from the point. Germans throw the puck in the mid-ice area. The Swedish try a quick turnaround. Kielmeyer sees that. Puck immediately jumps on it. And we get a stoppage in play. There's a Lindström shot coming in. Skogren, Moeller with his goal. And this is the goal coming from Lindström. And this is the German response with Kink getting the rebound. She's in. Germans talking things over. Okay. We're getting a resumption of play to the right of Kielmeyer, the German goalie. Just over 13 minutes left in the second. Germany survived a long, extended Swedish power play at the beginning of this second period. They seem to have gotten their legs underneath them. Sweden gets it organized, throws it over Kronwall. Throw it right down the ice surface. It goes by Forsberg. Kielmeyer showing good, cool as a cucumber, working that puck behind his own net. Long stretch pass. Goes by. Icing call. There's King, number 17. He is the lone German goal scorer so far tonight. Oh, that puck jumps out in the mid-ice area. It's a race for it now. It looked like it was. Here's a turnover. Good, excellent work coming from Kink again. Long slap shot turned away. Hager picks it up for the Germans, trying to keep possession behind the Swedish net. Good work by Hager. Excellent, excellent forechecking and back-checking by Hager. Pat Hager, number 50. Creating an opportunity for himself and for his team. Okay, it's sent all the way down. Here's a good opportunity for Germany. Waiting maybe just a tad too long to get the shot off. Picking up his rebound is number 36, Reimer. A slap shot coming in from the point. And Enroth squeezes it. Reimer, as we have a good look there at Hager as well. Here's the last action. Swedish D-men doing a good job to close out the other German players, so there's no screen on Enroth. There's a big slap coming in from the point. All of a sudden, Germany has caught fire. Ryder working it along the boards. He throws it right back deep down into the Swedish zone. Once again, the Germans are bringing pressure. Nice work by the Germans. Turning it around. Whoa, nice job. Mika Wolf, the captain. Good energy, creating a good opportunity. Enroth closes the door, however. Ryder, Wolf against Enroth. Now there is some intensity around that face-off from both teams. Sweden bulldogging its way down. That was a quick shot coming in from Jarmelson, Simon, number 11. Puck is squeezed by Pielmeier, and we will get a resumption of play in the German zone to the right of Pielmeier. As we have a good look at Oppenheimer, Tommy Oppenheimer, number 19. He's joined out there by Brent Redke. Kronwall at the point for the Swedes. Moves it over to Forsberg. His shot goes wide. Off the shin pad. Opportunity for Germany. Here comes the Germans. Goal, Germany! Number 21, Kramer! Woo! 2-2, all tied up! Kramer! Nick Kramer! Here's Klingberg, shoots it off the shin pads of Kramer. Kramer picks up the puck. Look at the German bench. Everybody's up watching. Kramer goes to the other side. Gets Enroth going down. Enroth tried to go for the poke check. All tied up. 10:30 left in the second. Germany all of a sudden is alive. Little by little by little. Germany has been getting the momentum of this game coming its way. There was a long, here again, look at the second goal. Here's Kramer. Here it comes again. Now maybe Enroth thought that Forsberg was able to cut off the possibility to get in close. Ooh, here come the Swedes immediately right back at the Germans. That was a good opportunity for Lindstrom. Germany is skating. Puck bounces deep down into the Swedish end. Number 54 that has no name on his back is actually Ekholm. He's usually number 14, but he did not have a substitute jersey for number 14, so he is wearing number 54 from this second period on for this game. Because he was cut in the face and his jersey was dirty. Okay, number 23, Ekman Larsson, races towards the German net, but they are not able to keep the puck into the German zone. And Blomqvist takes a long slap shot. Oh, Pielmeier Kielmeyer created a little bit of a problem behind his own net. Here come the Swedes. The Germans bringing vicious pressure on number 16, Josephson. Working it out to the point. There's a long wrist shot. Kielmeyer works the puck away from his net. Swedes come up with the puck in the mid-ice area. Throwing it in there is Eriksson, Jimmy Eriksson. They're eventually picked up by number 34, Cole, Benedict Cole. Elitz tries to jump around the Swedish D-men. Germans all of a sudden are bringing forechecking pressure onto the Swedes as they send out, amongst others, Pietà, Daniel. I think that was Postlet that was brought down to mid-ice area. We have a good look at the Swedish captain. Ooh, nice, beautiful slap shot coming in from Wolf. Good position. All of a sudden, Germany is starting to get good scoring opportunities against the Swedes. They have tied it up 2-2. Both teams battling for it in the German zone to the right of Kielmeyer, their goalie. Once again, the teams exchange the puck. That's Wolf, the German captain, leading by example. Puck rolls down the ice surface. Kielmeyer. Again, could have been a bit better with getting the puck out of his own end. But eventually things are resolved. Here come the Germans, creating a 2-on-2 situation. The Germans fighting for the puck behind the Swedish net. There's big number 19, Oppenheimer, dragging it behind the Swedish net. Works it out to the point. The point man could not get it across the ice, so he just throws it right back in. Kruger follows it in. He's joined there by his other teammates. Forsberg for Sweden. Coming in, he was able to push off Mueller for a second penalty. We get a stoppage in play. Penalty coming against Germany probably. 6:15 left in the second. Oppenheimer, number 19. Tommy Oppenheimer. Gets 2 minutes for slashing. Right there. Slashing call coming up. The Swedes discuss this situation. This is how the second German goal started. Kramer closes the legs, gets the rebound, walks down the ice surface, watch to the right of your screen. Then he goes to the left, and he goes upstairs, and that's how she ties her up. Now, Germany goes and gets itself a penalty right now. That is exactly what they didn't want to do after they've worked so hard to tie up this game. And as well, they had to start off the second period with almost just about a 5-minute extended Swedish power play. Let's see if they're able to resist the Swedish pressure for another 2 minutes in this second. We get a resumption of play to the left of Kielmeyer, the German goalie. Germany sends out Holzfeld against Eriksson. Swedes keep the puck in the German zone. They're working it along the blue line area. That snapshot comes in. Kielmeyer sees that, squeezes the puck, stoppage in play. As we have a good look there at number 23, Ekman Larsson. Moeller talking with Lindstrom. They're the goal scorers for the Swedish side here tonight. Okay, Sweden works it out to the point. Ekman Larsson throws it in. 1:40 left in the Swedish power play. Keeping possession of the puck, working it back out to the point. Klingberg working it along the blue line, takes his time, long feathering shot in. Pielmeyer sees that, squeezes it, stoppage in play. Klingberg would dearly love. There's his shot coming in. Well, Pielmeyer was screened there. He had big Jimmy Eriksson sitting in front of him. Lander taking the face-off for the Swedes. Can't get it. Good work from the Germans, showing a lot of poise and confidence to get the puck out of their zone, pushing the Swedes back into their own. Cronwell over to the point. Ekholm at the point, long snapshot, turned away, coming up on 50 seconds left in the Swedish power play. There goes the Ekholm, usually number 14, number 54 for the rest of tonight. Cronwell, the captain for the Swedish side, brings the puck along behind the German net. They're working the puck around the periphery. Patience. Cronwell. Cronwell has it over to Forsberg. Forsberg is the big Swedish sniper. Now he lets it go. Goes through the bodies, off the back. Forsberg moving in. Over to Cronwell. Cronwell, Ekholm. Ooh, good work from Pielmeyer. Pushing and shoving in front of the German net after the whistle. Mueller, amongst others. Ekholm. Wrist snap. Shot. Pielmeyer, you gets ready now. Let's see if Germany can PK, penalty kill these last number of seconds against Sweden. Teams at full strength, they have worked off that penalty. Here comes Germany. Bringing some pressure, looking for a quick turnaround, trying to force the Swedes to cough up the puck in their own zone. Oh, they did just that. Brent Redke is out there, along with Kramer for the German side, amongst others. Moeller, fans on it. Redke picks it up. It's played off the boards by Gauck, Nikolai Gauck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies working the puck along the boards. Eventually it jumps out into the mid-ice area. Here comes Sweden. Captain Cronwall bringing it in for the Swedes. Throwing it right in front of the net. I believe that was Lindstrom. Nope, Lundqvist, excuse me. Cronwell leaves it out for Lundqvist. He gets 1, 2, 3 whacks at it. And the puck still is whipping around. 1, 2, 3. And that was it. Then it was whistled down. And in fact, Lundqvist continues out there for the Swedes. Joel Lundqvist taking the face-off now for his side. The Germans have had quite a few penalty killing minutes in this second period. 5 at the beginning, 2 right there, at least 7. We'll see if that takes some gas out of the tank in the third period, as we're coming in just under 3 minutes left in the second. She's all tied up, 2 apiece between Germany and Sweden. Getting a really good game going now after a strange extended first period. Swedes trying to bring some pressure right now. Here's Germany. Germans. Oh, excellent opportunity! Save. Huge opportunity right there for Reimer. Right in front of Enroth. Good work from the Germans. Stretching things out east to west. Couldn't get just enough height onto that puck. Okay, we're going to get a resumption of play in the Swedish zone to the left of Enroth. Germans come up with the puck, dragging it along behind the net. Looking for a spin arounder is King. He is one of the goal scorers tonight. It's Kink and Holspelt out there bringing some forechecking pressure. The puck now comes down the ice surface, and we get an icing call against the Swedes. As we have a good look there at Eriksson, Jimmy Eriksson. And Rask, Vic Rask makes his way back. Get ready to take the face-off for the Swedish side. The Germans are able to bulldoze their way into the face-off area and eventually coming up with the puck. Ooh. Good work from Wolf. I believe that's Ekholm. Throws the puck down the ice surface, where it is picked up by number 34, Cole. Working it out into the mid-ice zone, where Gauck gets stood up, and the Swedes pick up the puck once again. Long stretch pass tried by the Swedes. Icing is waved off. Trying to force the Germans to cough up the puck. Germans handle that easily enough. Here's an opportunity for Germany. 1, 2, 3 opportunities for Germany right there. Kramer again. Here they come. 1, 2. About 3. Brent Redke was out there, number 93 as well. Pat Cortina can't be anything but pleased with that effort from his team. And there is Kramer, causing all sorts of headaches for the Swedish D-men throughout this second period. In fact, he got himself a goal, tying things up. There's the slap shot coming in for the point. Kramer is waiting for that puck out in the high face-off area. Once again, the Swedes want to pop that puck off the glass. Kopchin does his best to keep it in. It's turned around, 30 seconds left in the second. Here come the Swedes. The Swedes would dearly love to pop in a late goal here and try and deflate the Germans. Here come the Swedes, waiting for that shot, and it's coming in, and Pielmeyer sees it. He jumps on it. We get a stoppage in play. Okay, the final seconds here of the second period. Face-off in the German zone to the left of Pielmeier. Swedes would dearly love to get one shot off again. One good shooting opportunity from the point. Long feathering shot bouncing in. Pielmeier sees it, jumps on it again. He says, I've seen enough of this. Forsberg out there for the Swedes. German players talking it over as Germany sends out Hosfeld to take this crucial face-off for the German side. The Swedish players are pinching in. Last few seconds. That's it, it's finished. 2-2 for the second period. Oh, some pushing and shoving going on here right now. That should be taken care of. The teams are going to be making their way off to their dressing rooms. 2-2. Come back for a super third period. We'll see you in 15. Hi. We're watching the German team being led right there by their goalie, Pielmeier, number 51, coming back onto the ice surface to start this third period. Germany 2, Sweden 2. It's going to be one fantastic second period. We're waiting for the Swedes to make their appearance back out onto this ice surface after a extended first period in which we had a stoppage in play because of broken glass. that got out onto the ice surface. Here we see the Swedes starting to make their comeback onto the ice surface for the start the third period. Right at the end of the first period, we saw Daschner, number 13, from the German side, tag Ekholm. At that time, number 14, right at the blue line. That precipitated a long 5-minute Swedish power play to start off the second period, and Roth stays between the pipes for the Swedes. Ekholm, obviously, he was cut on that play. Pielmeyer stays between the pipes for the Germans. Ekholm, as we were saying, number 14 from the Swedish side, he was cut, got some blood onto his jersey. He came back out in the second period as number 54. So Ekholm is actually number 54 now. There's no name on the back of his jersey. So if you see that and you're wondering, that's the explanation for that. There's a certain guy on the German side, number 21. That's number 21, obviously, from the Swedish side, who is Louis Eriksson. Number 21 from the German side, Kramer. He went out and got himself not only a breakaway, but a goal that ties things up. We're underway in the third period. And he had an excellent second period. We'll see what happens in the third. Pielmeyer works it over for number 40, Bjorn Krupp. In fact, the puck now bounces back out in the mid-ice area. It's Krupp once again. Eventually getting it, working it up into the mid-ice area. It's being hunted down by number 22, Plakta, for the Germans. Swedes respond by sending Forsberg down the ice surface. Long, sharp angle shot rings around the boards out into the mid-ice zone. Germans would dearly love to be able to jump on one of those pucks and get a quick turnaround as they send in number 37, Pat Reimer. Pat Reimer did excellent work in the second period stoppage and play offside against the Swedes. As we have a look at Lindstrom, Joachim Lindstrom, one of the goal scorers for the Swedish side. And there's Pat Cortina, head coach for Germany. Parmarts, his counterpart for the Swedish side. He's been there for a amount of time. Okay. Swedes come up with that face-off. Throw it right into the German zone. Behind the net. Right there, that's Lindstrom working it along the boards. Swedes using their bodies are not able to keep it in their zone. They throw it out in the mid-ice area. Right there, we see Cole. Wasn't able to keep that puck in there. Big shot taken by Ryder, Tobias Ryder. Wolf, the captain from the German side, leading by example throughout the second period. In the second period, as I was saying, Germany not only had to work off a 5-minute major penalty killing right at the beginning of the second period, but other minutes as well. So we'll see if it happened to take any type of amount of gas out of the tank for the German side. They seem to be doing pretty good so far in these first couple of minutes of the third period. Quick turnaround. Germans throwing the puck in. That was thrown in by Redker. Here come the Swedes. Quick snapshot taken by old number 28 Lindholm, Elias Lindholm, on Pielmeyer. He was up to the task. He jumps on it. We get a stoppage of play. We will get a resumption in the German zone to their right-hand side of Pielmeyer. Ostbelt, can't get it, goes out to the point, hits a body, going off of kink, I believe that was, is eventually picked up by number 21, Eriksson, Louis Eriksson, drags it around, sends it around back out to the point once again, to Teeing it up, long slap shot, hits another body, jumps up into the air. And Pielmeyer eventually is able to get that Ekman-Larsen shot. Here we see more from Pielmeyer's point of view. Germans doing a good way opening up that corridor so that Pielmeyer was able to see that shot coming in from the point. 5 on 5. Resumption of play in the German zone to the right of Pielmeyer. Okay, Swedes get the puck, work it out to the point. That's to their captain. Oh, tip in! Goal! Sweden! The shot was coming in from the point, from number 4, Kronwall, I believe it was. We'll see who was able to touch that puck to get it in. We're going to wait for a second here to see what it comes to. Klingberg. John Klingberg, number 3. Okay, the puck is worked out to the point. Here comes the shot. There's the tip in. Beautiful tip in. Kronwall, Klingberg, right up at the 7. John Klingberg gets the go-ahead goal for the Swedes. 3-2, Sweden over Germany. Okay, let's see if Germany can get itself reorganized and come back and claw its way right back into another tie here. Anyway, Sweden seems to be energized, bringing lots of energy. They're able to force a turnover of the puck behind the German net. Actually, that's Josephson, Josephson, doing lots of good work for the Swedish side. Again, it's Josephson, works it out to the point. It comes out to the big number 84, Clefbaum. Oh, and it was actually Josephson looking for a tip-in. Now, all of a sudden, the Swedes are all over Germany. Clefbaum, another shot kicked away by Pielmeyer. Clefbaum picks it up, looking for a quick turnaround. Penalty against Germany. Penalty against Germany. Looks like number 40, Bjorn Krupp. Pulled down Eriksson. In fact, it's Bjorn Krupp. Got it right onto this right skate of Eriksson. Eriksson's down. We're going to have a look at it again at Klingberg's goal. Okay, Swedish power play. 5 on 4. We get a resumption in the German zone to the left of Pielmeyer. Teams viciously fight for the puck right at the face-off zone. Eventually it gets thrown out past the mid-ice area. Sweden has to go back. They get themselves reorganized. There was some good pressure being brought by Yannick Seidenberg. Moeller working it in for the Swedes. Throws it down into the corner. It's out to the point. There's the shot from number 23. Hit the post. Ekman-Larsen hit the post. And Roth works the puck around to the other side of the ice surface. Oh! Possibility for Germany nullified. For a second it seemed like Plachta had an opportunity to get that puck. Here comes the opportunity for the Swedes. All right, Lindstrom. Big shot coming in. Ooh, good work by Pielmeyer. Another shot from Klingberg. Eriksson having a good shift. Elk. Actually, it went off of Kopchin's stick right there, hitting the post. Cronwell, big slapper coming in. Kielmeyer was ready for that shot coming in from big number 44 from the Swedish side. Another big slap shot there, bouncing around. Cronwell. They work it down into the corner. Out over to Cronwell again. Having a bit of a trouble controlling it, so the Swedish D-men just send it right down deep into the corner. The Swedish power play continues. Cronwell up on the point. Up to 20 seconds left in the power play. They were looking for the tip in. Now it works across the ice surface, going wide, ringing around the boards. Cronwell keeps it in. Under 10. There's a possible shot opportunity for Eriksson. Louis Eriksson shoots it wide. Teams are back at full strength. Germany was able to kill off that penalty. Once again, that's Klingberg, I suppose. Finally, the Germans. Kruger, Justin Kruger, whips it around, down the ice surface. No icing. I thought the Swedes would try for a long stretch pass to try and catch the Germans on a change, but no. We're coming up to 13 minutes left in the third. Swedes have a 1-goal lead over the Germans. But here come the Swedes. They hit the German zone with good speed right now. Kopchin leaves the puck off for Pieta. Swedes are able to handle that German rush. Throwing the puck across the ice surface once again. Swedes almost got Krupp. Krupp was able to recover. They throw it further down the ice surface. Here's excellent work from Lindholm, Elias Lindholm, skating down that puck. It rolls dangerously out in front of the German net. The Germans recover. Bring it down. They hit the Swedish blue line, sending in the kink, seeing if he can't cause the Swedes to force the Swedes into an error. Here come the Swedes though. 3-on-3 situation. That's one of their big snipers. Number 10, Lindstrom's shot goes wide. Here comes a big slap coming in from Klingberg. Germans getting a little bit scrambly in their zone right now. Let's see if they can't nullify this pressure. No. Goal! Sweden, Muller! Muller! Sweden, 4-2! Number 45, Oscar Muller. That's his second tonight. There he is, picks up the puck, bulldogs his way up into the slot area, shoots to the short side of Kielmeyer. There he gets by King. The D-men are trying to close, but not fast enough. That gets by Kielmeyer. Right there. That takes it to 4-2. Sweden over Germany. 11:20 left in this third period. That gives a little bit of cushion Parmarts, the Swedish head coach, can breathe easier. We get an icing call against Germany right now. As we have a look at Kramer. There's Moeller, actually getting the puck, making his own opportunity. The Germans were getting a bit rattled there. Let's see if the Swedes keep the pressure on the Germans. Hits skate, bounces out into the mid-ice area. Klingberg picks up the puck. Forsberg, here comes Forsberg. Forsberg, shot hits a skate. Immediately gets picked up by the Germans. Throwing it across the ice surface. That shot comes in from Kruger. Enroth turns it into his right corner. The puck is right behind the Swedish net right now. Germans are bringing suffocating pressure. That's Kramer out there. Kramer standing right in front of Enroth. Now he works off into the corner. The Germans, miscue by the German D-man. That puck is pounced upon by number 15, Skogren, Matthias. We got a penalty call. Just 5 seconds over, 10 minutes left in the third. Skogren, number 15, he gets himself a 2-minute penalty. Matthias, 2 minutes for slashing. He's working the boards. And right there, that's the slashing call that gets called against him. These referees, as we say throughout this tournament, have been very, very picky and very, very strict on all teams about stick work. Okay, now we're getting a German power play. This comes at a very opportune moment for the Germans. Obviously, if they could pop in a goal, it's a one-goal game, as we know in the hockey world. A goal can be scored in a matter of just a couple of seconds. It is a German power play. The Swedes waste no time rattling that puck down the ice surface. Pielmeyer works it off for his Hager. Hager showing some speed, bringing it down into the Swedish zone, fighting for it. Has it out to the point. To Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer leaves it off for Cole. Cole's shot goes wide, but it's picked up and kept in by the Germans. King. Well, the referee gets involved. Those players. There was a shot coming in from Oppenheimer, just went wide. Puck comes over to Oppenheimer, another big slap shot. Goes off to the right of Enroth. Swedes whip the puck around the boards. It pops out into the mid-ice area. Trying to catch the Swedes on the change was, amongst others, Hager. Now the Germans get first legs out onto the ice surface. Drag the puck behind their own net. They get it out to Reimer, I believe it is. Big shot coming in from the Germans. Aelitz, that was. Aelitz is right there in front of Enroth. Gets that rebound, gets it out to the point. They're working it on along the periphery of the ice surface. Stoppage in play. Penalty. Penalty coming. Hooking call. Hold on. Oscar Clefbaum. He can't believe it. Slashing, actually. Right here. There it is. There's the slashing call being called. Against Oscar Clefbaum. Uh-oh. Parmarts is going, uh-oh, uh-oh. I've got two guys sitting in the penalty box right now. Clefbaum and Skogren. Matthias, Pat Cortina says, this is our big opportunity. It's 5-on-3. Face-off to the left of Enroth in the Swedish zone. 5-on-3 for 18 seconds. If there's ever a face-off that counts for Germany, this is it. Sweden gets it. Able to work it around the boards. Germany is able to keep it in. Working it off to the point. There comes a big slap shot. Big scramble. Oh! Holy moly! They just weren't able to slap her in. 5-on-4. 140 left in the 5-on-4 now situation. Power play for the Germans. 130. There's a slap shot. Enroth got his right pad out there to take a sure goal away from the German side. Reimer. Oh, that came over to Pieta. Just wasn't able to get good wood on it. Reimer takes his time. Pieta. There's another possible snapshot. Reimer's shot comes in, bounces off a Wolf. Swedes eventually corral that puck. Dragging it is number 15, Skogren. Comes down to Rask. Rask looks for a quick shot. Here comes Ryder. Tobias Ryder has been kind of quiet for the last little while. Ryder works it down into the... this is a good opportunity now for Germany. They're getting a good possession here. 5-on-4. Power play for another 15 seconds. Oh, such a good opportunity for King. Working it in from the point. Rebound goes wide. Oppenheimer picks it up. Leaving it off for King. Some people thought that should have been a penalty against Germany. No, the referee says no. There comes another. Teams are back at full strength. 5-on-5. Sweden has worked itself out of a 5-on-3 situation without taking any goals. It still sits as a 4-2 game for Sweden against Germany. Swedes looking to make there's a race for the puck. Louis Eriksson couldn't get to it. There's the German. Oh! Beautiful setup for Krupp. He had the goal. The goal was wide open. He just couldn't get enough wood on it. Okay. Ekholm picks up the puck. Oh, Lander falls. The Germans pick it up, out to the point. Walking it in. Goal! Germany! Plachta! Number 22! Goal, Germany! It's a one-goal hockey game. All that came about because Anton Lander fell. Turning over the puck to Germany. Watch number 22, there he is, walking in, goes around one man. There comes the snapshot. Bit of a screen, let's say. Plachta. Waiting. And it's in. It's a one-goal game. 4-3. Sweden over Germany. Resumption of play. 5:20 left in the third. Okay, the Swedes, they cannot sit back. Bad luck it was for Lander, who just happened to fall, turn over the puck. Here come the Swedes. Big slap shot coming in from Lindstrom. Puck goes around the boards. Germany trying to bring as much forechecking pressure as possible against the Swedes now. Trying to cause the Swedes to cough up the puck once again. The Swedes are bringing all sorts of pressure onto the German net right now, using those big bodies that they have out there. Lindholm is out there, working it behind the German net. Picked up by Klingberg. Oh, that puck just bounced wide. Here come the Germans. Oh. Oh, good shot from Ryder. Turned away by Ekholm. And Roth has looked sharp for the Swedish side. The Germans take the opportunity to throw the puck down the ice surface. We get a stoppage in play. We're looking at that last scoring opportunity. Oh, ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. That was close. Watch. Pielsmeyer was able to get that right pad out there just enough, and she goes just wide. Resumption of play. Furious few last minutes of the third period. Sweden in the German zone, dragging the puck. Left off for Forsberg. Forsberg dragging it around behind the German net. Looks for the centering pass. The Germans are there. Is it eventually picked up by Holzbelt? Germans get worked back into their own zone. Forsberg bringing some forechecking. All right, here come the Swedes once again. Offside. Just under 3 left in the third. As we have a good look at Hjalmarsson. Number 11, Simon Hjalmarsson. There's some of that last action that happened. That's what produced the last German goal from Plachta. As we saw, Lander fell. Maybe he just caught something on his skate. Who knows? He seems to have caught the edge of his skate. But that was enough. That opened up enough of an opportunity for the Germans, Plachta, eventually to walk in, and a couple of seconds later score a goal and make it a 1-goal game. Just under 3 minutes left in the third. Now the teams are getting ready to come back and get back down to it for the last 3 minutes. I told you it was going to be a super third period. Okay, number 84, Clefbaum, Oscar. Look, cross ice, pass. Shot coming in on Pielmeyer. He squeezes it. No pushing and shoving right now. Nobody wants to risk taking a bad penalty in these last few minutes of this game. Resumption of play in the German zone. Germany wins that crucial face-off. Kruger brings it out. Pushes puck. The puck is pushed up to Wolf. Kruger winds up with the puck once again. Puts it off the board to Wolf. Long slap shot. Enroth turns it into the corner. Germany getting possession. Ryder. There's a long filtering shot. Ooh, here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity for Sweden. Goes wide. That was number 27, Jimmy Eriksson. They fight for the puck along the boards. Eventually Germany comes up with it. Kruger throws it across the ice, right back to Kruger. He pushes it up towards the blue line. These forwards now are able to throw it in. Hosfeld throws it in for the German side. Germany keeping possession in the Swedish zone, but not for long. The Swedes are able to throw it out into the mid-ice area. Oh, opportunity Sweden. Long slap shot. I believe that was coming in from Lundqvist. Here comes Germany. Long shot from Hosfeld. Turned away by Enroth. Fighting for the puck. 1 minute. 1 minute left in the third. Can Germany with Hager work it out to the point? Oh, ooh, Hager wanted to go for that quick pass across to the other side of the ice surface. Timeout called by Pat Cortina. Just under a minute left. Okay, Cortina has called a timeout for Germany. He's going to explain what he wants to his players. They're going to have to decide if they want to pull their goalie and throw in a sixth attacker. Oscar Moeller gets himself 4 points tonight. Actually, 2 goals. Here's his second goal. Pat Cortina talking to his players, sending out their captain amongst others, Michael Wolf. Now, we're going to see where they decide to get this face-off. And that will, okay, it's in the Swedish zone. I believe that they have already pulled their goalie. Yes, there are 6 Germans out on the ice surface right now for the last 50 seconds. They get the puck. Reimer throws the puck at the Swedes. Klefbom works it over to the other side of the ice surface. Ryder keeps it, working it along, trying to work it in. Comes it in behind the Swedish net. Puck bouncing crazily. The Swedes are able to get the puck down the ice surface, but Reimer will get there first, and it's an icing call against the Swedes. The Swedes say, why? Okay, another big important face-off coming up. The Germans have pulled their goalie. I repeat, pulled their goalie. 22 seconds left in the third. 6 on 5. Working it back from the point. Here comes a big slap shot. Goes wide. 15 seconds left. Reimer desperately fighting for the puck. Swedes have the puck. They can fan on it. And eventually Skogren gets it out into the mid-ice area. That's it. Finished. Sweden wins 4-3 over Germany. Enroth gets the win for the German side. Okay, I am going to go with, for my Oscar Moeller, number 45 as the MVP for the Swedes. And for the Germans, I'm going to go with their captain, Michael Wolf. He often showed throughout the game great grit and wanton desire. Just a few seconds of patience and we will soon find out exactly who the MVPs are for their respective teams.
The best players of each team will be awarded by Resumption International, official sponsor of the 2015 International Ice Hockey Federation Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by Mr. Richard Skazel, Raiffeisen head of
We're just waiting for the MVPs to come out.
and Mr. Hannah Ziegfeld,
Excellent game between Germany and Sweden.
International Ice Hockey Federation Ice Hockey World Championship. The best player of Team Germany is number 9, Tobias Rieder.
There you go.
And the best player of Team Sweden is number 45, Oscar Moller.
All right. That was all right. There you got it. Moller MVP for the Swedes. Sweden 4, Germany 3. Excellent game. What else would you expect here from In Front and World Championship Hockey? Come on back tomorrow. You'll get more. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.